going on, Bulls fans? Welcome into the Bulls Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and I have never been more excited to do a video following the game winner from Josh Giddey last night, and truly one of the most incredible finishes to not just a regular season, but a postseason. Any basketball game I have ever watched, that was truly one of the greatest games I have ever seen. And I want to kind of get this off my chest first. I was wrong about this Bulls team post trade deadline because I was saying they need to fully invest in the tank, try to get the best draft pick they possibly can, and I will take it on the chest. I was completely wrong because the culture that this team has built over the last month of the season, this whole month of March, has been special. And honestly, I'm at the point I don't care where the Bulls draft next year. It could be pick 25, it could be pick 10. I could care less. It is just fun watching this basketball team, and this team just has so much fight. There's so much togetherness. Like they're all playing for each other. So I will take it on the chest. I've been saying the Bulls should be tanking. I was completely wrong on that stance, and last night was truly one of the most special moments I've had being a Bulls fan. It's been a long past couple of years. I mean, just sitting in that purgatory zone, and technically we're still there, but it just feels different with this young, feisty, hungry group of Bulls players, and we'll dive into the whole thing on today's show. But before we do so, if you guys are hyped about the Bulls win last night, hit that thumbs up icon because I'm starting to get fully invested in this team. And maybe they may not go on a deep playoff run, but maybe they could sneak in the playoffs and just take a game against the Cavs. Like, you never know what can happen in the game of basketball, especially in the NBA. So if you guys are hyped up about that win last night, hit that thumbs up icon. Now I have to show this photo. I am probably going to get this framed in my room. This is truly one of the coolest still shots I have ever seen from any sporting event. It's Josh Giddey at midcourt. Everybody looking around, and then it's Luka and LeBron sandwiching Josh Giddey. It is truly one of the most special moments, and also Stacey King on the call last night. Stacey hitting the "G'day, mate." Josh Giddey, Magic Giddey. It was awesome. And we can start off with Giddey and just talk about his game as a whole last night. Now, during that last stretch, what I loved the most was Giddey on that baseline move before when the score was 113-111 or 114-111, and the Bulls were trying to cut that to a 1-point game. Giddey has a wide open floater. He completely airballs it with the left hand. Lakers go down, make it a 115-111 game, and then the Bulls swing it around. Patrick Williams found in the corner, and then Giddey with the natural instincts to go steal that lazy inbound pass by LeBron. Perfect pass on the money to Kobe White right in the shooter's pocket. He was able to step into that three and knock it down, and then obviously we know what happened on the game winner. But the one thing about Giddey that I think where we see his impact the most is every time he is, distributing the ball out to the wing, everything is in the shooter's pocket. Like, he almost feels like a Tom Brady-esque quarterback where it's like he's hitting his receivers right in stride to have them kind of take off and get those extra yards. Like, every pass Josh Giddey makes, it is right there in the shooter's pocket, and then it's just one fluid motion. And also this guy, I mean, he's averaging a 22-point triple-double in the month of March. It is ridiculous what he has done. He pushes the ball so well in transition, and you can't keep him in front. I mean, this is a 6'9" point guard, elite playmaking ability, and if he's hitting his threes and the defense is starting to come along with Giddey, I cannot wait to see what he will develop into. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am probably going to order a Josh Giddey jersey right after today's show. This is just a special run the Bulls are on right now, and I thought it was a little bit of a fugazi, when they, beat the Lakers the first time, and they had that West Coast trip. They're playing really good basketball, but the month of March in the NBA is so weird. But I think this is legit what the Bulls are doing, and just the fight that this team has. Like, it's inspiring for the city because we know Chicago sports right now. They're at an all-time low. Actually, shout out to the Cubs and White Sox starting off, even though the Cubs aren't technically 1-0, but both of them getting wins yesterday. The Bulls getting this big-time win. Like, the city of Chicago needs this, and this is a team, and that's why I admitted I was so wrong about this team, because this is a team that we can all rally around. It's a bunch of young guys who are fighting, who are just scrapping and clawing every time they get, and it starts with their leader, and that being Josh Giddey. Couldn't give much or more praise to him. He has truly been playing some great basketball as of late. But then his running mate, Kobe White, man. I mean, the month of March averaging 30-plus points per game. Can't say enough about him either. 26 points last night, 9 assists. truly, you just can't keep him in front. And the thing I love about Kobe over the last month specifically is him using his body more. When he has smaller point guards on him, he would just give them that one bump, either create a wide open floater or get to the rim or just create more separation on his jump shot. And, the efficiency with Kobe, it's a little hit or miss on any given night, but the fact that he was 9 of 20 still was very, very productive, I think just speaks to how skillful he is. And if you're thinking about this Bulls young core, where it's Josh Giddey, 6'8", 6'9", Kobe White, 6'5", like those two being your backcourt, the Bulls could really embrace just being a big lineup. And even though Giddey and Kobe White may not be the point of attack defenders we wish they were, but just their natural size, their natural length, I think can cause problems in the future. You just need to get that right four, that right five built around them, and maybe it could be that Duke center, Malawach, who I think he would be a home run draft pick for the Bulls, or even a guy like Derek Queen. If you could go nail a center in this NBA draft, like it could do wonders for this team. And we can talk about the hometown kid here, Modest Buzelis. I think it is so key for his development that he is playing in big time games like this. Like those high intensity, high leverage. Like that felt like a playoff game in the United Center last night. And also shout out to the freaking fans. They're best fans in the world. I know I'm very up and down on this Bulls team, and I started to kind of get down in the dumps, started to tune out a little bit. But the Bulls fans that continued to show up every single night, continued supporting this basketball team, like truly, just special stuff from the Bulls fans. But this guy right here, Modest Buzelis, fights his ass off defensively every single play. He's always trying to put pressure on the rim, which he was once again last night. And I just can't wait to see what he turns into. I think he could take an Evan Mobley type of leap eventually in his career. So shout out to Modest as well. But then also the sniper, Kevin Huerter. This guy does not want to tank. I'll tell you what, this guy is shooting the lights out of the basketball. And it does feel good that the Bulls, for the first time since I can't even think of anybody, is like they have a true dead-eye shooter, like a Duncan Robinson, Kevin Huerter, like these guys who can just run off screens. And then when defenses overreact, they do have the self-awareness to just make a quick cut to the rim. He's got decent athleticism where he can just go lay that up really easily. But hey, Red Velvet right here, he has been cooking over the last month. And last night, do want to give a big shout out, Kevin Huerter, Patrick Williams. This will go kind of unnoticed just because of how big that finish was and how crazy it was. Both those guys were 5 of 5 from the beyond the arc last night in the fourth quarter. So really special stuff there. And then Patrick Williams. I am so happy he hit that three to cut it to 115, 113. It really made me feel good because this is a guy, even me, I get up on here and I kill him. I killed that contract. I hated it because we expected so much more from him. But I am just happy that he was able to have that big-time moment in a big-time spot. And, it's starting to seem like the fan base, and I can feel it with myself, where I am like saying, hey, let's go, put our arms around this basketball team. These are just a bunch of young kids who are just fighting to give this city some life, and that is exactly what they have done. So shout out to Patrick Williams. Made me happy that he was a big factor in that awesome Bulls comeback last night. But we'll get the more stats here in a second and talk about this game a little more. But what say you on this one? Will the Bulls make the playoffs? Now, you got the Miami Heat at home as it stands right now in the 9-10 game. I think they'll handle the Heat. They'll win that. If it's the Magic, I got some concerns. But if it's the Atlanta Hawks, Bulls fans, we will be watching this basketball team play in the playoffs. But what say you? Will the Bulls make the playoffs? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. All right, we'll dive into more stats from that unreal game from last night here in a second. But first, got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is PrizePicks. If you guys download the PrizePicks app today, plug in promo code CONS, you guys will get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app today. Plug in that promo code CONS, get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Now, what is PrizePicks? Well, PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. Now, if you guys are trying to add more juice to these Bulls games, creating a PrizePicks lineup is a great way to do so. Just take the more on Josh Giddey, points, rebounds, and assists, and you guys can put some cash in your back pocket and also put your basketball knowledge to the test by creating a PrizePicks lineup for every single game the rest of the way. So download the PrizePicks app today. Plug in that promo code CLNS, get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download that app today. Plug in that promo code CLNS, get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. A massive shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's show. PrizePicks, run your game. And honestly, the Bulls' defense last night, I was pretty impressed. Like, the Lakers got three, ball dominant guys who are some of the best offensive players in the league, and you were still able to hold them to just 117 points in a crazy game. And Austin Reeves, when he hit that layup late, first off, I remember I was watching that. I was like, Patrick Williams, move your feet, man. Like, just get in front of him. Try to make a stop. He just let him go straight to the rim. And with Vooch out on the perimeter, there was no rim protection down there. So Reeves just had a wide open layup. So, Reeves is a hell of a basketball player. I'll give him credit. I mean, he is so great at just navigating pick and rolls. But I still feel like with the Bulls' size of Josh Giddey and Kobe White, even though they're not great defenders, just the overall size you feel out there on the basketball court is huge. Because if you're trying to penetrate and you got 6'9", 6'5" guards on you, even if they aren't the best defenders in the world, you still feel them when you're out there. And you know what made me so happy last night, Bulls fans? You seeing that guy, LeBron James? He had an all right night. And listen, he's 40-plus years old. LeBron is truly incredible what he's doing. But as we know, those Derrick Rose teams running into Miami Heat back in the day, and LeBron just always knocking the Bulls out of the playoffs. It felt good again to see the Bulls truly just give it to LeBron. I mean, this felt like, in terms of game winners in my life, like this felt like the Derrick Rose game winner back in the playoffs, off glass. Bulls go up 2-1 in the series. Now the next game, LeBron hit a game winner in the United Center. But seeing LeBron make that lazy pass, seeing LeBron not close out on Josh Giddey at the end, made me happy, man. Made me happy to see the Bulls stick it to LeBron one more time. But I do want to close it out just talking about the backcourt of the future here in Chicago. And, personally for me, I am a massive Josh Giddey guy now. And, not only what he's done on the court, but, everything he has gone through off the court. And I remember the Bulls posted a happy birthday post for Josh Giddey this summer before he's even played a single game for Chicago. And as you guys know, all the off-the-court stuff Giddey's went through, all the comments were just ripping him, just making fun of him and everything. And it just makes me really happy as a guy who has just worked his ass off like Giddey has throughout his NBA career. Like, now the fan base, like, when you have a shot like that, like, we can really put our arms around him. So, like, personally, just, like, me playing basketball in my past, having that competitive nature in me, and, like, I feel for a guy like Josh Giddey, and it makes me so happy that he is able to find success. And, like, truly, I think he's found a home here in Chicago, and I expect the Bulls to, really lock him up to a big-time deal this offseason. And then also Kobe White. I was wrong again. I was saying the Bulls should trade him this offseason. I walked that back. I'm an idiot for that take. I will fully admit that. This guy's awesome. He is one of the best scoring guards in the NBA right now. What he has done this month, and you can call it a fluke, you can call it a fugazi, whatever you want to, spin it. But Kobe White, he is an elite 3-level guy. He's a strong basketball player. He's got wicked handle, and when he has confidence, he acts like he's the best basketball player on the court any given night. Like, it doesn't matter who's on him. It could have been Dorian Finney-Smith, Rui Hachimura. He's looking at them like barbecue chicken. You can't hold me. I can get around you whenever I want. I can get to whatever shot I want. You didn't play good defense. I just missed a shot. Like, that's the mentality Kobe White has. And, him playing with this confidence, Josh Giddey playing with this confidence, like, I truly believe this team, and I'm not saying they could go beat Cleveland round one. I mean, that would be one of the biggest upsets in NBA history. But I think they can make the playoffs. And I think even if they get swept by Cleveland, I think they would be feisty enough to just maybe it's like, hey, game 3 in Chicago, what if we just lose by like 5 points? Or like, what if it's a close game? Like, I think that would be so huge for this culture. And one last thing, shout out to Billy frickin' Donovan. I have been killing him on the channel for the past couple of months. But what he has done to this young core and giving them something to believe in, and also we're seeing player development, which is so huge. Got to give some love to the head coach. But if you guys made it to the end of today's show, hit me with C-Red down below in the comment section, and also hit me up on Twitter over there on X, handle @PatSeeps. Give me a follow over there. I'll give you guys a follow right back. We'll see you guys next time. As always, go Bulls.